Welcome to Daytona International Speedway. I tried getting that off the screen and it still is stuck on there, so I don't know what that is. Um, I think it's something with iRacing Live timing. I don't know. I've tried to figure it out. I'm still waiting for answers. They're European-based company, so of course they're asleep, but pulling up the qualifying grid right now, you see Brian LaPratt first, Terry Fennell second, Sean Burke third, fourth, John Darnell fifth, Andrew Tepps sixth, Austin Norris seventh, Bobby Hadaway eighth, Steve Castle ninth, Chris Lawrence 10th, Brandon Puppenbarger 11th, Shane Trotter 12th, Kinsley Smith, and 13th was Matt Metler. Get all the way to the grid here. Going to give them all a paint refresh at the same time if I can find the right button for it. I've hit every button I can to find what it is, and oh no, that's not what I needed. I did not need mouse aim to turn that off. Hold on here, gotta turn my, so I gotta close SDK here for just a second because it's turned on mouse aim. I don't want that on. I've tried finding what it is, but I can't figure it out. There's nothing, I didn't turn anything on that was different than something else. I've got a lot of stuff hidden. But evidently it just wants to stay on there. So it's something that I just can't find. It's really dark here. I'm going to keep looking through most of my settings to find it. Like I said, again, most of it's turned off. A lot of it's turned off. Video streams, that's off. I've got a lot of stuff on it too. That's just showing for some reason. But it's kind of thrown together somewhat last minute, somewhat not last minute at the same time. So let me get rid of that and just edit this and drag that in there so I'm not creating a whole bunch of other stuff. This is a, why is it so dark? This is an incredibly dark track. I don't know what's going on, but it is really, really, really dark here. I guess the lights haven't come on at Daytona yet. They need to, though. It's a pretty big deal. I don't know if Andrew said it not to come on. I'd assume that they're supposed to come on. See, lights are off on the truck here. They will get the green flag this time by. I need to like turn up the brightness on my end just so y'all can actually see the track because it is incredibly dark here. It's like a haze is over the track too. But green flag is in the air. We are underway here at Daytona. Pratt will race out to an early lead. Look up some other race info here on how the fuel will work out. So it's 75% fuel, so probably 30 to 35 laps of fuel. You're running up front, it's going to be a little bit less for that person. Let me also see the interact feature. Is it something else not? So I'm going to try to turn up the brightness here just so this is a little bit clearer in the track because this has gotten really, really dark. Slide LUT. That's not what I need. I'm going to try to brighten this up for you just a tad here. That's a little bit better. Turn the contrast up. Can't turn the gamma very much though, but I do have it a little bit brighter than what it is on my screen because it's really dark here. I will say that much. I don't know what it is, but it is incredibly dark at this track. Most of these guys will be staying too wide here again. There's only 12 drivers in the race. Shane Trotter did not grid. 47.74 is what these guys have ran as they've gotten too wide now as they go around. It's pretty much what I expected to see. We'll have too wide. I don't think you'll see 3 wide racing here tonight. There is not as many drivers on the track, so we won't have as many, hopefully won't have as many issues as we did before. And the 78 up there in that high line. Got a lot of guys that are just staying tucked in. I kind of want to be, I wouldn't want to be where Matt is. I would want to be kind of where that 24, that 15 is. Because Matt's this last truck in line. He's having to go, put to the floor to just keep up. That 50's going to get up a little bit higher on the track. It's going to keep most of these guys still just side by side with each other. I don't think they're going to be able to stretch their fuel, just based off of how much is going to be used, and this small group is going to be pulling each other with them as I just went down. Okay, that was odd. iRacing live timing just said I'm done with this. Let me refresh that to pull this back up on my end. Because that should not be giving me a not found issue here, but it is. It's odd. So let me fix this live timing issue I'm having so far. I will refresh that and put it back on the screen as soon as I can. See, most of these guys again, there, it's going to be pretty much staying lined up like this the whole entire night. I don't see anybody moving up at all, moving up or moving down. There's no point in that, really, to be honest with you. That back as a local browser. Need to go into my studio mode here just to fix this because I don't know why it's not wanting to show. 1 and the 50 are pretty much these guys that are just leading these lines. I'm not surprised by that either. This is what I pretty much expected. I don't think we'll see anybody get too aggressive, especially with it being as early as it is in the race. Let me just completely make a whole new one instead. Leave it to iRacing Lifetiming to mess up. Never seems to fail, does it? Never seems to fail. Somebody's going to tuck out. That looks like that may be the 78 of Steve Castle. I'm going to try to draft back up to Matt Metler there for just a second. There we go. I think I got it back here. I just had to change a little bit of settings. Got our timing back here. Sorry about that. I don't know. It just went out mid-race. It shouldn't have done that, but it did, so there's not really much I can do with that. It would also probably help if I did not hide it below something else. Still is pretty dark at this track. The lights have yet to come on. I don't know why they haven't come on here, but I've got it to a point to where you can actually see them on the track. They've gone on in 3 and 4. It's a haze overall on the track. I'm noticing that. Castle has lost the draft, though, so he is going to have to hope and pray that he somehow gets the draft from a truck in front of him. But Metler is more than a second and a half in front of him, so he's not going to get any help. And Darnell's blinking. That is not a good sign for these people behind him. Terry. That's really these front two are just going to stay lined up, nose and tail. Yeah, it is a very, very foggy track. I just now read that chat. It is really foggy. Let me look at what's the weather say here. It's partly cloudy. 1010 HPA. I don't know what that means exactly. I think that may be moisture, but that matches up with being pretty foggy, because it is not so good here, that's for sure. It's definitely an issue camera-wise. If you don't have your camera set up correctly, you would not be enjoying it one bit. As that 50's gonna get in the wall. Oh, Fennel. He's lucky that 99 let him in, because he was about to just say, you know what, I'm not gonna let you in there at all. I just saw a familiar logo on John Darnell's. I believe he did a lot when Austin was broadcasting for us. If y'all didn't know Austin Green, he used to be one of our broadcasters. He kind of went over to PGR Esports. Just if it's doing it, again, I don't make people stay with me. If they want to leave, they can leave. They get all the money, and there's a wreck, and we got a caution here. So I'll pick that up where I left off in a minute. They stay green. No caution. Hello? No caution yet. As these guys are booking it. How does that not bring out a yellow? So we'll rewind here. Yeah, you can see it's gone now. So whoever that is on the bottom gets into Kinsley. That drags a 24. It was the 8 or the 16 that got into all these guys. Sets it off. He doesn't get out unscathed. Pounds gets hit by the 15 and the 24. Metler gets hit here also. Yeah, there's multiple trucks involved in this wreck. It's not just the ones that I thought were there. As it's still green. Is iRacing cautions off? They have to be. Patch repairs unlimited. Green light. Full course cautions are on. What? I don't understand that. How is that not a caution? That is weird. So you're going to have to hope that you can get grouped up with somebody. So it's going to be like 2 groups of Norris and Lawrence. These two will be back here with each other. They do have unlimited fast repairs, but I could have swore that was going to be a caution. I don't know how in the world it isn't. These guys will just keep on going. I still don't understand that. Now that really should be a caution, but just nothing was thrown. I really don't get why not. So it's going to be really a front 3 breakaway. Teft, Burke, and Pratt. Those guys are lucky. Everybody gets or those guys can get away with it. It's pretty much a 3-truck race at this point. Still don't get how that's not a caution. Yeah, guys turned around on track. Everybody else was just... It was more than half the field was wrecked. Going to be kind of weird here. We've got so many people a lap down. They haven't grouped up. You got the 5 truck, which is... Who is it this race? I say the 5 truck. I got that wrong. That really is... Huh. Who is it this race? Who is that paint scheme? Still can't see it. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Okay, the lights have gone on now. That's the... No, that is the 5. That's Brandon Puppenbarger there. He'll be leading this other group of trucks behind these guys now. But okay, now back to what I was saying. I saw the logo on John Darnell's truck. That is a mix of green and red. We had Austin Green. He used to broadcast for us. He does stuff with PGR now. Again, when people would broadcast for me, they get to keep all the money. He just went to PGR. I just stepped away, and no hate between me and him at all. He just went over. I'm just like, okay, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So he does stuff for them. He doesn't do anything for us anymore, really, which sucks. But it is what it is. But I just noticed that logo. That's what the green is on that paint scheme for John Darnell. Austin, he's been doing it for a little bit less than, or not less, a little bit shorter time than me, but he definitely seems to enjoy it, so good for him. I took a break after a while because I just got to the point where it was so much. I was like, I just can't keep doing this. I thought that was Puff and Barbie there for a minute. I was wrong. So these guys up here aren't even really gaining on each other either. That's odd to see. Thought more trucks would, bring them up to them, but they've really not been doing that much. These front three will be coming in 12-ish laps, most likely, is when we'll see them come down pit road. Excuse me. These guys back here will really be the only kind of main feature we have of guys that are racing for position, is that 16 just shoots down to the bottom. I can get him hooked if he's not careful. Guys back here, 1, 2, 3, 5 trucks. This is 4th to 6th. We got some people a lap down, so it makes it even a harder thing to sort out. Yeah, these guys are all mixed up with these lap trucks. Timing's everywhere, trying to figure out who's who and who's where. See, LaPratt and Burke now come down. This was the first and second place truck. This will be fuel only. You're not getting, well, you can take left sides if you're getting full tank of fuel. Can't hurt. Right sides may have been a better option too. That's really, that goes for any track. Taking right side tires is more important than lefts. They both enter and exit about the same time. It's going to be interesting for Teft here. Teft is going to need to hit soon. But he's got the 24 in front of him, so he's going to be drafting off the 24. Let's just see how this goes now. See when Teft comes down pit road. He's going to come down. So let's see where he blends with these guys that pitted way before him. He needs to get all he can get on pit road, and I think he did. Let's just see how it goes. So where is he going to blend? Really need to see on this. Where does he blend with these guys that pitted about 2 laps before him? He actually blended decent, and he's got somebody else behind him to help. That's surprising. So he might not, he's going to lose it here, but he's going to pick up the 68. So he will cycle to the lead, though, most likely. No, that's very close here. Does he cut off these guys behind him, though? He's still... Yeah, he's still getting up to speed. He's about 10 miles per hour slower right now, currently. He's going to see if they go around him, or... He's just actually going to let him go. He's going to tuck in behind him now instead. So that'll put LaPratt, Burke, and Teff back up here now. These guys back here will need to pit. See if they split it up like that. They went 24 laps, have to go to 48 or 49. They may be timing it out to where they have one more pit stop and they can go to the end. That could be a possibility. If they can go 30 laps on fuel, I'm kind of guessing on that. I don't exactly know for sure. Look at these front four now is the only real battle we have for everything. Norris and Puffenbarger, they've got another truck helping them. That's Dardanelle who's helping them. But I don't think they're going to be able to do much. I'm still surprised how that was not an automatic caution. I don't think we have an in-person RC. We're all relying on iRacing. So I'm still amazed how it did not throw one for that. They took a page from NASCAR's officiating for that move there. And it's definitely gotten better at this track. It's not as hazy as it was before. It still is a little bit. I still have the gamma turned up and some other things that are messed with and changed with just a tad because I wanted to make it look a little bit better on screen for these people. So it was horrible early on. It was definitely very, very faded. Had to add some color to it and really hazy over the track more or less. See, Metler's the only guy that's left. I think he got damaged. That was too bad for him to keep going. These guys up here up front are running 48. You can see they're on the left side now. This is the draft. You can see Lawrence. He is all by himself. And that's just how much of a difference it makes when you're out of the draft and in the draft. You probably drop about 200 to 300 RPMs alone being out of the draft. It's ridiculous. That's hundreds. I just looked at a photo of the finish last night. If y'all didn't know, it was put as a tie in iRacing, but the 2 got the win, and he just barely edged out the who he had before on his outside, but he just barely beat him. These guys are getting close to halfway in this race, lap 35 of 80. Really going to be a race between these front 3 right now. It's the only thing that it can be. Norris and Puffenbarger are trying to make up time, but this whole group back here is not very sorted out together. They're not bleeding time, but they're definitely losing time. You can see it kind of dip. They go down to 20, and then just keeps going further and further and further back. At 16, so his times have now gone down. Again, I'll pull it up. He was running 51s. Now in the draft, he's running 48. So he picks up 3 seconds. And 3 seconds may not sound like a lot, but that is a big deal when you are when you're racing in general, and really anything in general. 3 seconds is a lot. Ooh, that is bright. The one I'm seeing, that this is absolutely blowing our eyes out, pretty much. See, actually, they picked up some now. Looking at Norris and Puff and Barter, they picked up about 3 seconds. So they're picking up time. Front group is running 49s now. So it may be possible that they catch them. That sounds ridiculous, but it really depends on that 5 staying tucked in behind that 99. If that 99 can keep getting these good shoves, they might be able to do it. It's going to take them forever, but it is possible. It'd be most ideal if they got that 24. I was going to say, if they can get that 24 up there, that'll help them a lot. This whole front group is not really grouped together very well. They're all lined up, but in terms of being grouped, it's not that good. Bobby Hadaway is in his pit right now. And that group's gaining. About every 2 laps, they gain about a second. That'll be amazing if they can actually do it. Not saw that much time made up, but I mean, I've saw time made up before, but if you make up 20 seconds on a plate track, that's like Bill Elliott type of amazing stuff that you just did there. If you can do it. That's a big if you can. They're doing it, though. And then when you get within, they're probably maybe the same backstretch as the cars behind them. Maybe the same backstretch as these guys up here. There's a possibility. They're doing it too. I'm going to keep putting up those times there. I'm going to leave those times up on the side. Actually, I'm going to leave the gap. I'm going to leave that gap just so you can see how much that gap is shrinking. And I think lap 60, again, we'll see people come down pit road. I think that's when it will be. So when we'll see guys come down pit road here soon. Stalled out here for just a second, but they're gaining time again. And I'm surprised that they're able to do this, just because Darnell, he's having to manage temps and still push at the exact same time. He can't be laying off forever. He's probably asking that 7, hey, just stay tucked up, or maybe drag your brake just a little bit so he can get close enough to that bumper so he can get latched on. You can see right there, he stays high in the corners. He's trying to get some air on the nose. He's getting hot, so he's probably close to flashing on his temps, if I had to guess, temp-wise. Again, I can't see their temperatures, but I think I have a pretty good feeling that's what he's roughly around. They're kind of stalled out now. I think Darnell's gotten hot, so he's having to cool it down pretty heavily. That 93's also decided to start booking it here too, as Darnell will get back to pushing. As soon as Darnell, well, he's going to lose a little bit there. As soon as Darnell pushes, they gain about a tenth immediately. And that 7's having to be really steady with that wheel too. This is Brandon's point of view. We'll go to Darnell. I just realized he has one of our shirts. Long story short, we used to sell merch, and I've thought about reactivating the website a couple of times, but he has some of our shirts. I don't know if the logo stayed on them, but he has, I think, 2 shirts, and I know at least a hoodie. I remember he ordered one from the website. I use a print-on-demand service, so pretty good still. See, they're gaining. They're on the same backstretch, yeah, they're on the same stretch now as these guys in front of him. See if that's 78. Looks like, yeah, he's gonna stay high and out of the way. He doesn't want to get near him and get possibly wrecked. Not what he wants to have to deal with. So that back group is stalled out just a tad now. They're not stalled out heavily, though. There they go, gaining about another 10th. I'm still surprised that Darnell can shove like he is. You see right there, he's getting hot, so he ducks out. It looks like he's cooling it in the corners and pushing extremely hard on the straights. I mean, extremely hard. Now it's 11 seconds. And Tef is going to decide to go back in the pack here. So maybe... Oh, nope, there's pit stops. I had a feeling it was going to be soon. It's weird that it just went slow for a minute. So 1, 2, 3 people come down. The 90... Ooh, that 93 might have sped. He may have sped getting down to pit road speed. We'll have to see. Oh, this is going to mess up. This 93... Is he going to mess up this 101? Or... No, he's not. Okay, he's good. That 101 and 93 our way. Let's see what Tef does here. 7, and these guys pit immediately right after that. So I think they can make it to the end on this last tank of fuel. 5 may have sped. That 5 may have sped getting off pit road. Do we have somebody getting a penalty here? So let's see when Tef comes in now. Tef did this before. he stayed out and ran it just a little bit longer. He didn't run super long, but he did run it just a tad longer than everybody else. So Darnell, it'll say he's a lap down. Did he get a penalty? No. No, he's okay. Yeah, he's been there. I was gonna say, I think it's sorted out to him there finally. I would almost want Darnell to push because they were doing a really good job with Darnell pushing. They were making up a ton of time all throughout that. Tef is still yet to come down pit road, and he's got guys in front of him too. So it's not like he's out on his own trying to make something work. He's got guys to draft off of. When is this group? That group has caught this one though. This is actually going to help these guys back here. That's a 3-truck group. This is a 2-truck group. This 93 doesn't have any help from out back, so he's not going to be getting a good shove here at all. Have to be relying on basically everybody foot to the floor. But yeah, there goes Tef. He's off and away on pit road. Didn't see him come in. Look at the notification for him coming down pit road. So he's going to merge. He's actually going to lose this main group because of that. Going to have to hope to latch on to him very last second because they're going to blow by him. He is not up to speed. He's going to be about 20 miles per hour slower. So he's got to try to throw a block here or something to slow him down because he is just not going to have the speed needed at all to get behind these guys. They're going to blow by him. You hear him coming over there. He's still trying to get up to speed. He's going to be 19 miles per hour slower. He's got to tuck in immediately, and he will do that, but I think it's too little too late for him. He's picked up the draft just a tad, but he has lost it now. He falls 6/10 behind. But Norris and this group behind these guys are catching him, though. Their pit stops were about a second shorter. Their time in pit lane was about a second shorter. So they're coming. They're going to catch this group up here before this is over. See how long it takes these guys to catch each other. No, Teftis somehow got it. I don't know how he got that. He got the draft back. I was looking at the timing and I saw it go back up. So Teftis somehow caught this other group. I don't know how he's done that. But he's managed to kind of jam his way in here between these trucks that are catching him from behind. Still have no idea how that was possible. How this goes for him now. How is this group going to work? These guys shuffling around is going to slow them down here just a tad. How will this work? Can this group behind them catch them? They've got 23 laps to do that. Still 6 seconds, so it's kind of stalled out now. And this 3-truck group catch these guys up here. They can get sorted out. The one thing that you're hoping for them is you do not want this group to get lined up equal with each other. You want them to be fighting with each other as much as possible. The reason you say that is because you want them side drafting, you want them slowing each other down. You want to do all that you can. Decided to shove themselves out on. Shove them out and away. Now this will help them, this group up here, where they're catching this second pack, or second pack, kind of the stragglers of these guys that need to pit, as LaPratt. Oh, the 50 just hit the wall, so I guess they had one more pit stop at least. So Norris and these guys need to run as hard as they can, gain as much time as possible, and make the shortest pit stop as possible. And you, especially getting on pit road, you have to go in there and just be absolutely flying, and get in and get out as good as you can because of that. You have to be perfect on your pit stops. You cannot be messing up at all on these. When does this group come in, though? That's what I really want to figure out. Because Teff's all alone, or somewhat alone. He waited to pit. He stretched his fuel. I think he may be doing the exact same thing as he did before. Just trying to run it as much as possible. Just see how this goes. I want to see these guys, what they can do. They're losing a lot of time. They're bleeding time. Surprised? I don't think they're trying to stretch it either. They can't be trying to stretch it. There's no way. 5's going to duck off, so that's going to hurt them. That leaves the 98 with, or the not 98, the 99 without a pusher behind. They need to get somebody else to help them. Who can come and help these guys now? They don't have anybody. They're going to have to do it all on their own. What can they do with this? What can they do? Peps is still yet to come in. Darnell's hot, so he's got to get out of the draft. I don't know if they've updated anything, but it used to be these trucks would cool down really, really quickly. It just depends, though. See how it goes. Norris and these guys are down pit road. How much fuel do you take? They're off and away. Darnell needs to get off and away too. They both get off cleanly. The 7 needs to group up with this 98, or not this 98, the 99 as fast as possible. Maybe hop up in front of Teft. See if you can latch on to him and get him to pull you along. One of the only things I can think that he can do. No, not that. I need to look at filters. What can he do, though, is the question. I just don't know. Well, I'm waiting to see if he hops up in front of him. He's not going to do it just yet. I think he actually got out and away from him. Looks like he did. This 7, these guys back here lost a lot of time, though. Still 6 seconds behind. They're going to be catching Puffenbarger here soon. They need to get him to link back up with them to give them a shove. One thing he can do. How does Andrew play this? He pit on lap 53. Came 6 laps before Burke and LaPratt. Does he have fuel to the end? Is one of the questions. He's caught here. He's been caught by these guys back here. If he can stretch it, I don't know. You have to be saving the whole entire time to even be able to do this. This could give him the option to try to stretch it. I guarantee you he's probably playing with that throttle. And now he's foot to the floor because he has nobody behind him. See what he does next. I think there he drops RPM just solely based off him being alone by himself. He's lifting a little bit, not heavily though, but I don't think I'd be. Can you stretch it? That would be like shades of Larson at Bristol, where he lapped the whole dang field. Y'all don't know Larson won today, filling in for Connor Zilic after a hard hit at Dega. He hurt his back a little bit, so decided to not race him there at Texas today. I don't know if Teft can do that. I really don't know. I want to see if the 7 and these guys up here really aren't catching this front pack. This is going to hurt them badly. Getting around this 18. Or the 16 is going to hurt them a lot. They took forever, and they lost about 2 seconds because of that. They had it cut down pretty well, but they just, that hurt them a lot. That's not what you want to see if you're those guys up there that were trying to catch him. I wish I could see fuel and what his fuel is. It'd be really cool just to see it. I have a sneak peek on it. Boogie Dark Wings. What do you guys do? This league doesn't do any IMSA racing. No iRacing account though. You guys do Boogie, I just now saw that. I don't do paint schemes. One, because it's a pain. It takes me forever to do. I do them custom as hard. There's shops that do that, though, on all across Facebook. I will put the Discord link in here, though, just so I can kind of put that there. So this is, if you do want to do that, so you can join this Discord. You do need an iRacing account, though, to race with these guys, because that is through iRacing. Speaking of iRacing, I bought so many tracks that I've never even used in iRacing. I think I have, like, a majority of the whole dang content bought, which is kind of sad. The contest stretches fuel. Got 42 seconds, and he's been able to duck in here behind these guys. I just don't know how much he's saving because he's having to run foot to the floor right now because of it. How good will it be for him? This group up here is not going to catch this pack for these guys that they were chasing for the lead, and it'll be between these two if Teft comes down pit road. That is if Teft pits. Got 9 laps to go, and he's probably saving hard. I still think it was a mistake not having a guy behind you. That's what I... It's 8 laps. And Andrew pitted lap 53. Everybody else came down after him. 59, 62. Lawrence is trying to stretch his fuel. He pit on lap 48. That is stretching it if I've ever saw it before. So the 5's going to go to the outside of Lawrence. He's going to tuck back in. He's trying to decide to go around Lawrence or not. Lawrence is even worse off on fuel than Teft is. Just see how this goes. Seven more laps for Andrew. If not, it'll be between these two up here. That back group is kind of stalled out now, trying to catch him. But caution here changes everything. It will change everything. It'll throw a big wrench in the plan. Six laps now for Andrew. Lawrence has now gone down pit road. He was lap 48. Andrew has to go a lot longer. Has to go about an extra lap more than Lawrence would have had to. If Lawrence was short, Andrew's gonna be, he's gonna be right there on it. If he is, he'll be right there on fuel. Will be extremely, extremely close for him. F is still on track too. He's still not come down pit road. Teft, Burke, LaPratt, Puffenbarger. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. If he does, it's going to be really, really, really close. Really, all eyes are on him. On hitting more than anything else. Coming to 3 to go. He may start sputtering here these coming laps. Darnell's going to tuck out. That's going to hurt Andrew here because he's going to lose a little bit of the draft. Darnell's going to tuck in behind him, though. That's going to help Teft here. That's what I would have done. How close will he be? It'll be 2 to go now. Can Teft stretch his fuel just a little bit further than everybody else? Him riding behind those guys may have helped him a lot. Be coming to 1 to go here for Teft. So this whole lap, he's got 41 seconds. If he has to save a lot, this is when he needs to do it now. You got 40 seconds of time that you can give up. You can go around half throttle. You don't even need to be in this group now. You can just go half throttle this whole entire last lap. He has to be. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I thought he bobbled there for a minute. I'm going to stay on board, see if it sputters. Will it sputter here soon? That's what I'm looking for. I don't think it's going to sputter. I think he's going to stretch his fuel. Andrew Teft has somehow stretched his fuel a lot further than everybody else, and he will come home with the win here at Daytona. And a pretty weird race, a caution that was not thrown, that should have been thrown, split up the field and made it a weird race overall, but Teft comes home with the win as he's just able to stretch his fuel overall. In second place is 40 seconds behind. Puffenbarger will come home 4th, though. The top 4 is set. It's really between these two for a second now. Who's going to duck out and try to get what spot? Might as well see if that 101 can go to the outside of the 93s. He's going to be trying to mount a run. Can he get one? Looks like he will be getting a little bit of a run down to the line. And it will be the 101 of LaPratt, who will beat Burke out for second. Burke will come home 3rd. Pufenbarger again 4th. Harry Fennell 5th, who's also a lap now. So it's a interesting finish. I don't really know how to describe that finish there. That was odd. Pull up the race results here now. We'll bring in the top 3 drivers here, and Sean Burt. That was odd. Not normal. Tell them to get in the waiting room if they want an interview. Teft has gotten in there. I'm going to give these guys about 2 minutes to read that notification before they do that. Looks like we'll just bring in Andrew Teft instead, so we'll get race winner immediately. Hey, Andrew, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
And so how close were you on fuel? Because you went a lot further than everybody else on that tank.
Yeah, I ran out right across the line there. Kind of lucked out the whole race. Basically, just where I was, I always had somebody to follow, and kind of lucked out with catching some lap cars a couple times to add to the pack. And I was able to work with them those extra laps I needed to go. Just mathematically, I knew I had to do 27 laps twice, and first run's usually a little bit tougher because you got to do the pace lap, and so I did 26 that run and 27 the other two, and yeah, it just played into my hands with that early wreck and just always having somebody with me.
I was gonna say I was looking at it, and you did have those people to draft off of, and I was like, this is gonna help him a lot. It would have been better if you had somebody behind you because you were having to run full throttle to at least keep up with that pack. And then towards the end, when I saw you not pitting, I was like, well, he's gonna be right on the edge, and I had a feeling that it was gonna be super close because I know I was kind of basing it off 16 who pitted. He was 5 laps before you, so I knew you would be right on the dot, really, really close. I'm not surprised that you ran out coming across the line, but how was this race? Because it was weird. There was a wreck that didn't result in a caution, and then that broke up the field. So how did that change your tactic? Because it was just everything changed from that point on.
Yeah, it was. I knew it was going to be a drafting race. I knew I was going to need help in order to win it on fuel at that point. So if I got hung out by myself, or if I didn't catch the pack after my pit stop or something, just going around the track a couple times by myself would really hurt my mileage and pretty much make it impossible. So I just wanted to always make sure I had somebody with me, and it was really critical that when I was going those extra laps further than Brian and Sean there, that I had somebody with me, and it just so happened there was some lap cars right there, and I just stuck behind them and kind of gave them the position. That way they'd be on the tail end of the lead lap if a caution came out, and kind of help them out and help me out because I could use their draft a little bit and right on the number.
I was gonna say you time that perfectly, but 2 interesting races. Last night we had a tie, and then tonight you stretch your fuel way farther than everybody else. But how would you say the racing's been? These 2 races that we've had back to back that you've hosted.
Yeah, we're kind of adjusting the format a little bit to clean it up. We had quite a few cautions last night. It was still a great time, especially with that margin of victory being 000. That was pretty exciting. It was really would have been interesting if I couldn't make it because you had that couple pack dynamic where one was catching the other, and the second pack was a lot larger, so I thought they'd catch those other guys a lot quicker. But yeah, it's just kind of too bad a caution didn't come out and bunch us all back up.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, just everybody that tunes in to watch, shows up to race. Want to thank our servicemen and women, you for putting on the show, and my friends, family, team. If you're interested in checking us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. We've got league racing three nights a week, Tuesday through Thursday. We've always got random single events, practice for fun stuff going on. So yeah, all the info is right on the website. You can grab a Discord invite on there and shoot me a message. We'll get you set up.
Hey, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job stretching the fuel tonight, man.
Thanks.
Andrew Teff, the race winner, also the league owner, stretched his fuel, ran out at the line on the final lap. So Andrew Teff comes home first, Brian LaPratt second, third Sean Burke fourth, Brandon Puffenbarger fifth, Terry Fennell sixth, Austin North seventh, Kinsley Smith eighth, John Darnell ninth, Steve Castle 10th, Bobby Hathaway 11th, Chris Lawrence 12th, Matt Medler, and 13th was Shane Trotter. So not a bad race overall. They're not going to keep you all. It's cool. Change for you to how often you I do it decently often, haven't been able to in a while, Boogie, but I'm not gonna keep y'all here any longer. I got home from work like 2 hours ago, so I'm kind of tired and I kind of want to eat some actual food, so I will let you all go.